I think the first thing people have to understand that they are an empire. That the United States is now in a unique position on a global scale. It's the only empire in the world. This is something which has never existed in the history of humanity before. You have never had a situation for thousands of years when one empire has dominated the world. There have been tough empires, powerful empires, but they've never been unchallenged. This is the first time that you have a single empire. And if people don't believe they're an empire, they should travel and go and see how the rest of the world is run by this empire, the different mechanisms that are used to dominate and control. I think because the United States is such a large country, and with such a diversity of flora and fauna and nature, that most people don't like leaving it. They can find whatever they want in the United States. But the fact that only a minority of US citizens even have passports is indicative and symbolic of the isolation. And because a bulk of the population is isolated from the rest of the world, a handful of politicians can tell them what that world is like and drag them behind the war chariot whenever they decide to go to war. And I think that's extremely important, that American people should actually get a different view of the world. They should travel, they should go and see what is going on in Palestine. I think a lot of very ordinary, decent American people would be shocked at the scale of the oppression that takes place in that one tiny place in the world. They should go and visit parts of Africa. They should go and see what's happening in the Far East to get a picture of the real world. Once you understand that you're a citizen of an empire, you have certain responsibilities. And one of these responsibilities is to remain constantly vigilant and alert, to see if the politicians are lying to you, to expose their lies, to march against their lies, to challenge them at every possible turn and moment. For that, you need a very alert citizenry. If you have a population that is not informed, then how can you say it's a functioning democracy? Surely democracy requires the broadest possible and the most diverse means of information. If you give people simply one opinion day after day after day, what is the difference between you and a one-party state? Every time I come to the States and watch both the network newses, which are awful, and then you switch on by accident to Fox TV, this is like a really gross propaganda channel for the administration and its system. It's crude, it's effective, I don't deny that, but it's so crude, pandering to the lowest common denominator and the basest instincts of people. And it's this situation which is very frightening, that it's this situation that creates a population which doesn't know what's going on in the world. I mean, the fact that American citizens can think that the defeated Iraqi regime had anything to do with 9/11 makes the rest of the world laugh. You talk to Europeans, even right-wing Europeans, and they say, are you serious? Do people in America really believe that Saddam Hussein had anything to do with 9/11? No, you must be joking. I said, no, it's a fact. But it's the only country in the world where they believe it, that you have the world's most powerful empire with the most advanced technology which exists in the world, with the finest research universities in the world. So an elite is educated and they know the truth, but you have a large mass of the people who are kept deliberately ill-informed or misinformed by the politicians and the media networks. That it creates a big problem for the exercise of democracy. That's the level we're at now. And this, I think, is very dangerous for democracy. And I think in the interests of diversity, in genuine democracy, one has to challenge this. And if American reply to this, but we aren't interested in politics, and then say, well, you pay the price if you're not interested in politics. That's the danger. You have to be interested in order to exercise some control over your politicians.
What's the price the rest of